Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Kath. I am a full-time nomad who lives in this van, and I get a lot of questions from people wondering how I go about making money while living in a van. So I figured I would take you on a few days in my life showing you how I go about doing that. I am currently a full-time artist where I attend local markets and I get to sell my creations to people. And I'm very blessed to be able to do that, but I have had a lot of different ways of making money over the years. This is just one of the ways. This is the current way that I'm doing it. So come join me on this journey, see how I go about attending a local market and what I do currently for work. If you have any questions on how I've made money in the past, leave a comment below. I would love to answer your questions, and if enough people are interested, I'll tell you all of the other ways that I've made money over the years because I've done a lot of different things. And I'm just blessed enough to do this now. So let's get started on creating some flower resin jewelry. Let's get started by taking everything out of its place and putting it all over the entire van. I use this sheet to protect the table, and I have to use this little lint roller to try and make sure that everything stays nice and clean. And even though everything looks really quick, here is actually how long it is taking me, and I am just sitting here and matching some flowers. I do my best to try and make sure that the flowers look as similar as possible, but flowers are unique, and we can only do our best. I have this new back support that I didn't have in the past because I am getting older and I need a little bit of help. I do hand wrap a lot of these myself, so they just start with a spool of wire and then I shape them with these tools to try and make them a little more unique for people to enjoy. Now I got my UV light and I'm curing them, and I'm taking off all of the little bits to make sure that there is no extra resin that is hanging off of them. Now we're on to the daisies, and I do my best to try and wear all of my PPE so I am protecting my skin and my eyes. I do often wear a mask as well, but it would look a little silly for this video, so we had it off. I go about cooking these quite a few times, at least that's what I call it, cooking, and making sure that the resin is nice and hard. Here are a couple of daisies that I just finished up flashing the camera. If anyone's wondering what I am watching on the TV while I am making the jewelry, I am watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She is my fixation at the moment. I'm trying to bring back my childhood that was oh so long ago. So even though it looks like this was quick, this was actually hours and hours of me sitting here and creating these pieces. Here, let me show you a little flash of what they look like. I love that you can see the back of the flower and see this green stemmed area. After that, I have to drill a hole in each one of these pieces so I can attach the either ear wire for an earring or the wrap for a ring. So that is what I'm going about and doing now, is just going ahead and drilling those holes. So here we are, and I am wrapping the ear wire that will go on each one of these. And I'm going to show you a few so you can see what the finished product would look like after I match them up. I think those two look good, and these two probably match the best as well. So I put that earring backing on. This is the part that goes inside of your ear. I'm sure you could imagine that based on context, right? Close it up, and we have one pair of daisies, and then these little purple flowers that I'm about to show you are actually some local sea lavender that was harvested from the coast. I press and dry these myself to try and have that local touch to some of these. After that, I hole punch and then place each of them on these cards, and we are all done for the day. It is now 4:30, and it is time for dinner. Today I made a bunch of just like really standard things, small things, and still have to wrap the rings, but I got some good work in for this weekend, and next time you see me I will show you how I go about doing a market. See you there. So here we are for our first market for today. This is going to be a busy Saturday. We are at my local coffee shop here, and then our second pop-up. And it is getting late. I'm sure you can imagine by how dark it looks outside. Hello, good morning. It is 6:01 a.m. and I am getting ready for the market. Breakfast, coffee, getting dressed, putting on makeup. Probably extra makeup today because I'm very tired. I had 2 markets yesterday, which I have done in the past, but I don't do often. It is December, so people are out and getting ready for Christmas, so I'm trying to seize the moment to make extra money if I can. So yesterday, I literally worked for 14 hours. Let me get started with my day, and I'll bring you along with me. So a lot of vendors will pull up their vehicle to their booth and they unload everything that they need to attend a market. Unfortunately, that's not really an option for me because I live in a van and I have such little space. I have to take my items and I have to put them in all of these different spaces, and I have to climb on the roof with this collapsible ladder to reach my roof box, and I just don't want to block everyone when I'm trying to set up my booth. So instead I go and I park, and then I grab everything, I put it in a wagon, and I bring it over to where I vend. That way I'm not blocking anyone and I can take my time and really find where everything is hiding in all of the nooks and crannies. Today was a pretty cold day, pretty dreary, but we made it to the market and we are saying hello to our neighbors. I love my neighbor. She sells plants and she is the sweetest. I am underneath this tree and right on the sidewalk, so I usually get pretty good access to everybody who's walking by. This market is really big and it's kind of like a maze. It gives me the vibe of like a festival almost. It happens every Sunday and I am lucky enough to attend there and sell what I make. So setting up the tables and then putting out each piece to try and display it as well as I can. All of these pieces are made with real flowers, and then as you saw in the previous part of this video, I make everything by hand. So here I make some items that are sterling silver. I try and keep a lot of my pieces affordable so that way they're accessible to everyone, and then I have these pieces for people who may prefer something that is a higher grade metal. And I'm just standing around and waiting for someone to come visit me. So let me know what you think about this voiceover in the comments below. I am new to YouTube and I am doing my best, but I would love to have your feedback and let me know what you think. I appreciate you so much, and here I am again in person. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!